Hey everybody, this is Cosmo in there. You are watching my YouTube channel, Cosmo and the Movie Within. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Today, we're doing Sing 2. Alright, so Sing 2. Obviously, it's a sequel to Sing 1. Came out a few years back, starring Matthew McConaughey. Pharrell is in there, and a array and a list of actors that I did not realize that those actors played these roles, because yeah, they're acting and all, but you gotta be able to sing. And some of these, I'm like, oh, I had no clue Scarlett Johansson could sing like that. I had no clue. Who was it? It was Scarlett Johansson. Reese Witherspoon. I didn't know Reese Witherspoon can get busy like that. But hey, I found out. Once I Googled and looked at the IMDb to see the cast list. Very shocked. But this second one pretty much starts off with how the last one ended up, but now in a good place. Now they're the whole gang: Buster, Miss Crawley, Mina, Rosita, Gunter, Crazy. I am German. Gunter. Beep boop beep boop. Crazy Gunter's in there. Johnny, the silverback gorilla with the amazing vocals. All of them are in it. And pretty much now they're doing a show at the theater. It's rebuilt and they're selling out every day. It's great. But Buster, he needs more. Buster, who plays by Matthew McConaughey, plays Buster, the small little business koala bear, extra cuddly, but is about his business. And pretty much he's setting up an audition for this bigwig who is connected to a huge bigwig pretty much in their LA or their busy booming town. Actually, no, it was more like a Las Vegas. It was more like their little Las Vegas strips of different shows and stuff like that. That's the better parallel. But pretty much, the person he interviewed for hated it. And Buster, he gets beat down, but he's resilient. He's gonna keep coming, And so pretty much he gets the whole gang and said, you know what? Let's take the show to them. Let's infiltrate the auditions. And you know what? Maybe we won't just get a spot right away, but let's infiltrate the auditions and hopefully we can get a show. And lo and behold, they try to get to the auditions. Can't get it. You're not on the list. No. So they have to sneak in, doing different things to get into the audition. They get into the audition, and then what you have it? They get a bzzz. No, not happening. Get this little small town, small little show out of here. This is the big leagues. But Gunter, of all people, spoots out all this type of stuff, which gets the big wigs intrigued, and then the rest of them, they name a name. Calloway, what's his whole name? Clay Calloway, who's played by Bono, the great Bono from YouTube. But pretty much, he says, yo, I can do this show. It's gonna be some space themed show. It's gonna be huge. And not only I'm gonna get Clay Calloway, of course, they're sold. The big boss who ends up saying yes to this is played by a wolf. He's vicious. And what's my guy name? Mr. Crystal. And he's played by Bobby. I don't want to jack up his last name, but if you know it, you know it. He was just in Seven Strangers. He was in Boardwalk Empire. He always plays the best villain / pure butthead. So he plays the wolf, and now now Buster has to get this show on the road, something he just made up with Gunter in 3 weeks, and get this guy, Clay Calloway, who's a lion, was played by Bono, who's been retired for 15 years. After his wife passed away, he was done. He didn't want nothing to do with anything with music. So now it's okay. I gotta get this show on the road. I gotta make up a show. Get this guy who's retired and who's pretty much an old fart now. And the boss is a nut. So if I piss him off, I could potentially lose my life. Oh, and then they'll start throwing different wild cards. Like now his daughter wants to be in it. And this over here is a problem. And the teacher who's teaching the choreography, he's a butthead. So all these different little innuendos. Oh girl, what's her name? Miss Piggy. We'll go with Rosita. And she's also played by Reese Witherspoon. She has one of the most great singing voices, and you wouldn't think that off the bat because I've never seen Reese Witherspoon sing like that. But anyway, she's the main lead, and she has her own obstacles to go through on top of that. Fast forward to all that. The singing and all that is amazing, so you gotta have good songs, and they're implementing Clay's songs that he hasn't used and all that in tons of years. So you have a good powder keg of different adversities and different issues that you have to just get it together all without dying, because Mr. Crystal, the wolf, he will kill you. And, he will do it and not care. He's that ruthless. So I love it. I like it way better than the first one. The first one had its own unique plot and unique set of issues. This one, completely different. It's fresh. Sometimes a sequel frankly, the sequels are not that good. Or the sequels don't live up to the original. Or the sequels is like, what's the point? But this sequel, brand new. They had the original cast, but they implemented new people. A little funny, Shuri, aka, who does Shuri play? Shuri's the cat. Shuri is the dance coordinator. I wouldn't say, what am I saying? There's a professional one that's a butthead, and Shuri plays the street one, the unorthodox one. And then you have Scarlett Johansson, who's also in there. And Scarlett Johansson, who does Scarlett play? I'm sorry, there's a lot of characters, so I have a little cheat board that I can go to and see my character. She plays Ash. Ash is also a huge fan of Calloway, which they use that later on into the movie. But I just thought that was a little funny that you have Shuri and Scarlett, co-Avengers, you could say, but just playing a way different role, which, now Scarlett, obviously, we know how that ended, and Shuri, we know how that's currently going. So, ex-Avengers, because that probably won't never happen again. Anyway, moving on to something more positive and actual fun. It's something that will actually get made. Or was already made, I could say. So you have this great cast, shocking people that can sing, great music, great plot, great illumination, as the minions would say. The visuals were on point. I literally sat there thinking, okay, how can I not give this 5 more fires? Like, what can I... Okay, was the visuals bad? No. Okay, was it fresh new plot? Yes. How was the animation? Great. The acting? Great. The singing? Great. The singing was so great that it was people singing that I had no clue that could even sing. Okay, the music selection? Great. So, I gotta do it. I have to do it. There's no other way which way about it. You already know what's gonna get. I'm trying to think before I get to the end, give you the actual official more fire stamp. Now that I'm thinking about it really quick, I love the fact that Buster, aka Mr. Moon, is relentless. It shows kids as well that never give up, strive for greatness, and even when you have the obstacles against you, you can keep pushing through, and you have to keep being positive, and it's okay to be down for a second, but sometimes you got to get back on that horse and keep going. I like that aspect of it. I also love the aspect that they're kind of, these movies sing is like kind of like the Step Up movies. They have, the getting things going. They have the adversity. Now they're training. Something messes it up, And he's like, no, I'm gonna have to show this performance. And then after every Step Up movie, there's this huge, crazy show and backflips, and it's like, it's extra long, and it's like non-stop killing. Singing's like that. Like, you have the plot, you have the ups and downs, you have something that might throw a monkey wrench in the final show, but then they show the final show, and of course the final show is mwah. And it's nuts, it's crazy, great singing, crazy. And it made me think about that when I was watching. I was like, man, this is kind of like the Step Up movies in a way, because at the ending, they gonna give you a performance at the end, and I loved it. You can, wonderful movie. You can take your kids, you can see it by yourself. Of course, it's always gonna have a little adult humor, which even the regular kid fun humor was funny, but some of those adult humor scenes that adults were cracking up and literally the kids are just like, I'm not getting it. But some of them scenes were literally burst out laughing out loud. It was that hilarious. So this has my stamp officially. I give it 5 more fires. More fire, more fire, more fire, more fire, more fire. Boop, 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 boop. 1 for extra. Boop. Go see it, check it out. Please like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. Check out my past videos and enjoy. You'll have some fun. Let me know how you like it.